In a recent report, I mentioned that Newcastle United have identified Chelsea winger Noni Madueke this summer. It has been claimed that the Magpies are eyeing a move to bring the English-wide player to St James Park later this year. Madueke struggled to be consistent with his performances for the Blues in the recently concluded Premier League campaign. The London-born talent registered 8 goals and picked up 3 assists in 34 appearances for Chelsea last season, across multiple competitions. The 22-year-old has been a decent contributor in the final third based on his average of 1.4 shots, 0.9 key passes and 1.6 dribbles per game in the Premier League. He has even been accurate when distributing the ball in the opponent's half after completing 88.5% of his attempted passes in the English top flight. Stats via Who Scored. His current contract at the West London club will run out in the summer of 2030. Therefore, it won't be easy for the Magpies to get a deal done for him on the cheap this year. Madueke is a good dribbler with the ball and has got the eye to play a few decisive passes on the offensive end of the field. He can even strike the ball well from long range, and can chip in by scoring a few important goals for his team. However, the English sensation has struggled to find consistency in front of the opponent's goal. He is primarily a right winger, but can also operate as a centre forward if needed. We can expect him to bring more pace and goals to Newcastle, head coach Eddie Howe's front line. Madueke is good enough to nail down a regular playing spot at St James Park in the coming years. Therefore, he would be a good fit for the Tyneside club's needs this summer. Madueke already knows the Premier League well and won't take much time to settle into life at Newcastle. At 22, there is still a lot of room for improvement in his game. Still, the pros outweigh the cons of signing a player of Madueke's skill set. Hence, Howe should focus on going all out to secure his services before the end of this summer transfer window. Chelsea are interested in signing Atletico Madrid goalkeeper Jan Oblak, according to reports in Spain. The 31-year-old has been a standout performer for Diego Simeone's side for nearly a decade, but Atleti are reportedly willing to offload him this summer. Chelsea have been tentatively linked with a move for Oblak over the past few weeks. However, Atletico Madrid are now open to selling the Slovenia international, according to AS. Oblak played every minute of Atletico Madrid's La Liga campaign last season, keeping 13 clean sheets and conceding just 43 goals in 38 matches. However, an exit is now on the cards as Chelsea pursue a move for one of Europe's most well-esteemed players. Goalkeeper has been a problem position for Chelsea since Thibaut Courtois moved to Real Madrid in 2018, but George Petrovic impressed in between the sticks after usurping Robert Sanchez last season. However, Enzo Maresca is reportedly looking to sign a new number 1 and the Blues have been linked with a number of keepers as a result. Villarreal's Philip Jorgensen was a target before he signed a new deal with the Yellow Submarines, while Valencia's Georgi Mamardashvili is also admired. At Leicester City, Maresca required his goalkeeper to play a key role in the Foxes' build-up patterns, and he is expected to place similar demands when he starts his work at Stamford Bridge in July. In other news, Chelsea are also hoping to sign Crystal Palace's Michael Olise, while Aston Villa forward John Duran is a major target too. Tosin Adarabioyo became the Blues' first summer signing, following his arrival from Fulham on a free transfer. Thiago Silva and Lewis Hall have both left the club, with the former rejoining Fluminense and the latter's loan move to Newcastle United made permanent. Meanwhile, Atletico Madrid are reportedly looking at younger options when it comes to a new goalkeeper, and it remains to be seen who they end up signing. Oblak has been a key player for them over the years and they will need to replace him adequately. The Spanish will be hoping to compete with Barcelona and Real Madrid for the league title next season, and they must look to plug the gaps in their squad during the summer transfer window. The Blues have already signed Tosin Adarabioyo, and could raid another Premier League club amid interest in Crystal Palace's Michael Olise. Once they are done there, Chelsea could then turn to yet another team in the English top flight. While Chelsea have signed Adarabioyo to strengthen their defence, they may not stop there. The Blues could look to improve their backline further by signing a new left-back before the transfer window slams shut. It has been claimed that they are targeting Bournemouth's Milos Kerkez, who was recently criticised by one pundit for his performance in Hungary's 3-1 defeat to Switzerland. Commentating on the game for the BBC, former England midfielder Izzy Christiansen said, "It's not just a one-man band with Dominik Szoboszlai. Other players have to step up. Kerkez has been really quiet." According to Give Me Sport, Bournemouth value Kerkez at around £35 million. Kerkez will have much better games in the future. Against Switzerland, he was obviously not at his best. As per Who Scored, the left-back made just one tackle and failed to complete a single dribble. He was not really able to limit Switzerland's threat or be one himself. The 20-year-old was handed a 5.8 match rating in the end. No one who played that day recorded a lower score. If you are a Chelsea scout, though, it is nothing to worry about. Kirke is still a very young footballer playing at his first international tournament. There will certainly be better days for the Bournemouth man. Next up for Kirke and Hungary is a tough clash against Germany, who smashed Scotland 5-1 in their group stage opener. It has been reported that Bayern Munich are considering making a move for Levi Colwill. Chelsea are the 21-year-old's boyhood club and he got a lot of game time there last season. In total, Colwill made 32 appearances for the Blues and even got to captain the team on one occasion. However, Bayern are one of the giants of European football, while Colwill could face a battle to get into Enzo Maresca's team next season. Ian Maatsen's future at Chelsea continues to be the subject of speculation as the summer transfer window opens. Maatsen spent the second half of last season on loan at Borussia Dortmund and impressed on their run to the Champions League final. The left-back had made 15 appearances for the Blues in the first half of the season before moving to Germany on loan. Speculation in recent months has seen Maatsen heavily linked with a permanent move away from Stamford Bridge. Dortmund are known to have an interest in bringing Maatsen back to Signal Iduna Park, but now an update has emerged on the defender's future. According to the Telegraph, Aston Villa have expressed an interest in signing Maatsen this summer. The report states that Villa have inquired about Maatsen after Dortmund's stance on a deal changed. Maatsen has a £35 million release clause in his contract at Chelsea, and the report states that fee is not something Dortmund are willing to pay this summer. As a result, Villa have moved to try and take advantage amid the possibility that Maatsen could be available to Premier League clubs. The report adds that Villa will only be able to complete a deal to sign Maatsen from Chelsea if they sell John Duran to the Blues. It has been stated that a road £40 million deal for the Villa striker has been agreed between Chelsea and the West Midlands club, although a move is still far from being completed. Villa are also reportedly interested in Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher. It remains to be seen what players will leave Stamford Bridge this summer, as well as new arrivals, as new manager Enzo Maresca begins to assess his squad. Maatsen is currently with the Netherlands squad for Euro 2024, with a resolution on his future at Chelsea unlikely to be decided until after his country's involvement in the tournament. Chelsea forward Nicholas Jackson has suffered an injury while on international duty with Senegal. Jackson, who scored 17 goals in 44 appearances in his maiden campaign at Stamford Bridge after arriving for £35 million from Villarreal last summer, had been called up for 2 World Cup qualifiers earlier this month. The 22-year-old started the first of 2 matches, a 1-1 draw against DR Congo, but was substituted late on. It was later revealed that he had suffered a nasty injury to his ankle. Following an MRI scan, Jackson did not feature in the second game, which ended in a 1-0 victory over Mauritania. According to the Telegraph, Jackson flew back to London before returning home to Senegal for a summer break, having played more than 50 times for club and country in 2023-24. However, he went back to his home nation with an injury, which is reported to be assessed again later in the summer. The severity is unknown at this stage. When he comes back to Chelsea for pre-season, he will have to impress new manager Enzo Maresca. The Italian was appointed as successor to Mauricio Pochettino, who was sacked last month despite leading the Blues to 5 successive Premier League victories to end the season in 6th, a 6th-place improvement on the previous campaign. But Maresca, who guided Leicester back to the Premier League at the first time of asking, has been tasked with improving their fortunes.